Okay. Thanks to each of you, because from 6 o'clock today, the Poornima starts, and you all have chose to be here. In fact, on a lighter note, prayers you do for two reasons, One is obviously you have to invoke, and generally at Srimad we say, start your prayers and invocation with your mother, father, then your family deity, which we call Ishta Devata, then the Grama Devata. And Grama means the location where we live. Many times we may not even know what is the name, but we can say the divine energy of this place kindly protect and bless me. Then we proceed on to seek blessings from our personal deity. So that is also extremely important. Okay. So these three deities, parents and these three deities are generally mandatorily we do. Then the your personal teachers who could be there and the Guru Parampara to which you are generally connected. Even that of late in India we have missed. Otherwise, every family can trace its connect to a living tradition. See, all these things, one advantage is we don't need to know the specifics. Like for utilizing your phone, do you study the complete manual and know all the specifics? You don't know. All you need is you need a phone to communicate. Like that, the divine is divine because it is all pervading, it's all knowing, omniscient, omnipresent, and omnivalent, or whatever you want to call with the word omni. So it recognizes even without us praying. But praying we do for us to stay connected. So this is first reason why we generally pray. Second is you pray because what is going to happen in the session, nobody knows, right? You have to be saved also. So for that also you can pray on a lighter vein. Okay. So all types of prayers will work. So that is the background. Second, this is, if you personally ask me, this is the most important day of the entire year. Why it is so? Today, we say this a kingdom existed, it was very glorious, it ruled the country, it ruled the world. Okay, a business empire was there, and great families were there, business families or political families. All this vanishes over a period of time. The one thing which continuously stays is the Guru Parampara. And what is the pramana for that? The beautiful shloka said in the tradition, Sada Shiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmad Acharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. So our Guru Parampara starts with Sada Shiva. When I say our, not only Indians, anybody in this universe, a plant, an ant, insects, everybody, all of us trace to Sadashiva's knowledge, because Sadashiva means ever auspicious. And what is said in our traditions is, we popularly know creation, sustenance, and dissolution, and we worship the Trinity. The fourth aspect is called the Mahamaya, the veiling, that puts a curtain between us and the reality. Most of us are in that phase, excepting for the great realized one and masters like Nityanand Bhagavan of Ganesh Puri, Poornananda Swamiji of Sri Sailam, Shirdi Baba, Mahavatar Babaji. Then you have Yogiram Surat Kumar. Like that, lot of masters are there. So other than the masters, it appears everyone who is on the way to self-discovery, the only veil or the curtain is Mother Mahamaya. And when that curtain, we can't fight with that, because that is only giving us day-to-day goals, targets. There will come a time we will realize all these are good, but there is something beyond. When you honestly think, it appears our receptivity to grace opens. That grace is called Anugraha Shakti, and that Anugraha Shakti only manifests as our Guru. And the Tantra literature clearly says it is the Divine Mother herself comes in the form of a Guru with whom you can relate. So this is the importance given. So what is the Divine Mother? The one for whom there is no mother, the primordial mother. Sadashiva is the primordial father for us. And not only for us, for all of us. So this day, we look up to our Acharya, and specifically the shloka says Acharya. Means the one who walks the talk in modern day English. They all belong to the Guru Parampara. An Acharya becoming a Guru, Guru becoming Acharya is beyond our scope of understanding only. Because we can learn how to live by seeing an Acharya. Acharya means one who does the acharana of what they teach. But we can only live what the Guru says, because we cannot, or we can say inscrutable are the ways of a Guru. That's the big difference between a Guru and Acharya. But they can wear the hat at will. But from our level, how we understand is we need somebody who can walk the talk to model us ourselves and then go ahead. The beauty of our system is they don't make clones. They never made clones in our living tradition. You model your life based on them. Why it is said so? Our tradition gives a lot of importance to the Guru Tattva than the Guru as a personality. Because Guru as a personality will vanish. Like the kingdoms, the business empires, the political families, we ourselves will vanish. But the Guru Tattva is what that is permeating in the living traditions. So this we have to very, very clearly understand. This will help us not to get attached to a teacher or a guru's personality, because the moment you see a personality, personality is manifested and it will have defects. And defects are planted in the personality for us to be distracted to see the reality. Because we are always able to see what is not right. I'll give a simple example. Suppose somebody comes to you and shows a beautiful dress. Okay. Only one spot is black. Our mind will go to the black spot only. 99.9%, the dress is so beautiful, right? So even in our office, what we do when we used to work or at home, even if somebody is praising us, we always wait for one particular word. What is that word? You can unmute and say.
But.
Very right. So we are wise enough to know that we will wait for the but. So even they're really praising us also, we will forget that. They're genuinely telling. Okay, this word but is the one which we are looking out for. Why not we look at the statement before that as praise and after that as a scope for improvement? It's very difficult to look that way. Okay, so we always have to look out for the acharana from the acharya and the knowledge from the guru. This we have to be very clear. Now, why this particular day? This day has significance in the three major systems in India. I would like to call them systems. And all the systems are subset of Sanatana Dharma. Okay. Sanatana Dharma is that which is eternally applicable. The Dharma which is eternally applicable. And what is Dharma? Dharma is that which sustains, supports, and enables proper functioning of any system. So that which eternally supports this is called Sanatana Dharma. Any other name given to it, like Hinduism or any ism, is just a temporary mask. Okay. Now, in Buddhism, Jainism, and Hinduism, this day is very important. So there must be a reason for all this. Okay. It appeared the Mahavira attained nirvana on this day. Buddha attained enlightenment on this day. And in our Sanatana Dharma, Vedavyasa was born on this day. And his nickname is Vedavyasa. Because Vyasa means the one who compiles something which is very vast. Vast, Vyapti, very vast. And what is vast? Veda. And what he compiled? Veda. So he's called Veda Vyasa because there are a lot of Vyasas in the tradition. This is very important. His name is Badarayana. And why it is important to know this day is because our living traditions say he is an immortal. He is a Chiranjeevi. Many of us today have heard, and some of you might have even experienced Mahavtar Babaji's life teachings, or we have been told that he's more than thousands of years old. We know a lot of saints who lived in the recent times, like Jnanananda Swamiji of Tapovanam, Trailinga, all of them living for hundreds of years put together. Some Shiva Prabhakara Siddha Yogi was living 800 years in Kerala. He recently took Samadhi. So these are all registered. Okay, these are not just numbers. So Vyasa, along with Vibhishana, Ashwatthama, they are all called Chiranjeevis. They are living always. So what is the beautiful hint tradition gives? Let's not only celebrate like a birthday today, when somebody is ever present and who is the collator, compiler, and decipherer of all the knowledge which India had at this time of birth. Is it not a beauty that is available to each one of us here and not even here in this session, that they can tap him? In modern day, what we say, anybody in the world can be reached in the second or the third phone call. Just think about it. Veda Vyasa is available to each and every one of us. It takes time to sink. And he has not stopped us from tapping him or getting in touch with him. So the easiest way to do is you can invoke the name and then you can start your work, seek the blessings. And recently, a saint got a vision that in one hand he has Chin Mudra or Jnana Mudra, in another hand he has Abhaya Mudra. That is the image we have presented for this program also. So Abhaya Mudra is fearlessness. Only with knowledge you can be having that fear. Chin Mudra is the Mudra of consciousness. So unless you have fearlessness, you can never move towards conscience, leave alone consciousness. So this is the extraordinary importance. The tradition also says that this is the day he started talking about the Brahma Sutras. So what is Brahma Sutras? The reality is called Brahman, and the Sutra literature, which is mandatorily written by the propounders of each of the systems, is in Sutra form. So in India, we have 6 Astika Darshanas and 3 Nastika Darshanas. What is a Astika Darshana? Darshana means to see. Correct? Darshana means to see. It shows if we go through the literature with the help of a teacher, we can also see the truth, the way the one who propounded it saw. Like a scientist tells, water quenches thirst. So you can pick up a glass of water, drink it, and see it for yourself that water quenched the thirst. You got the, no? So we have 6 Astika Darshanas. Now, Astika means the systems which are accepting Veda as the ultimate reality. I mean, ultimate reference manual, the last point where everything can be settled. Nastika Darshanas are the ones who do not accept Veda as the ultimate authority. That is not the scope of what we are trying to do. The 6 of the 6 darshanas are there. It starts with Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Sankhya, Yoga, Mimamsa, and Vedanta. Each of these 6 systems were propounded by a great rishi. Nyaya was propounded by Gautama. We don't use the word founder, but our textbooks are using the word founder. We agree to the Stigler's law, which says nothing is new, everything is renewed. It's all recycled. So we say Gautama propounded the system of Nyaya. It is not that before Gautama, nobody practiced logic or discussions or debates. So Gautama propounded Nyaya. Kanna the Kashyapa propounded Vaisheshika, from which Neil Bohr has taken up, and Dalton's atomic model. Modern day medicine also has slight roots in that. The third is Sankhya, in which all the modern day interventions from coaching to leadership to medicines have taken roots. It is done by Kapila. Then Yoga was compiled in the Sutra format by Patanjali. Mimamsa by Jaimini, and Vedanta Sutras or Brahma Sutras by our Badarayana or Vedavyasa. This is how things are. So what happens is, at every system, you reach a level wherein you don't know or you don't get an answer to a particular puzzle. Then the teacher would put you to the next system. So what my teacher said is, first two, Nyaya and Vaisheshika, are studied as a set for us to understand. Sankhya and Yoga are studied as a text set. Then Purva Mimamsa and Uttara Mimamsa, that is Mimamsa and Vedanta, are studied as a set. So that complete understanding is derived. So this is a stepwise system in which the acme is Vedanta Sutras, Brahma Sutras, done by Vedavyasa. And then he, with the help of Lord Ganesha, scripted the entire Mahabharata with a single condition to Ganesha, that unless he understands what he writes, he will not write it. Okay. And as I was mentioning to you, he is ever present with us and we can always invoke him. Now, what all the traditions have done is, whether the traditions came after Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbakacharya, Vallabhacharya, anybody, they always study the Vedanta first as the text and the works of Adi Shankara. Based on that, they differentiate what is their system and how their system is different. So for the basis of all this is the Brahma Sutras and the Vedanta Sutras. Am I speaking very fast, or is it okay? Okay. Any observations till now? Okay. So now let us move to the literal meaning and the regular meaning. All of us know gu and ru, the word we have done and dusted because of internet age, everybody knows. Some will say heaviness, some will say remover of darkness. In fact, when you will feel heavy is when you feel ignorant and when you are stuck for a solution. The moment a solution generates, you have an aha moment, you feel lighter. So that is what a guru does to their inner life, so that your external life becomes very clear, your vision becomes very clear. That light which is lit inside, it helping you to see the vision of your own life better. This is very, very important. Second is, the truth which has to be revealed is who we are. So when we study the autobiographical work, which was released after the Mahasamadhi of Abhinav Vidyatirtha Swamiji, Yoga, Enlightenment and Meditation is what the book title I remember. I think that's the book, which many of our Srimad students had it as a course book for their 500-hour course, in which one beautiful example Acharya is giving is, a lamp only can lit another lamp, right? I'm just paraphrasing that incident. Once two lamps are lit, no one will know which lamp was lit first. This is what a guru does to the disciple. It is not that I am sitting in the pedestal and you are below me, or I am here. There is nothing, the difference doesn't exist. The difference exists in the eye of the disciple, not in the eye of the guru. Because guru is the one who has realized who they are. So the tradition tells Swarupa Nirupana Hetave Shri Gurave Namaha. Meaning, the one who will make us realize the truth the way he has realized is the Guru. And we have heard stories of disciples doing service in ashrams only to remove the mala and make them nirmala. Why should I do this? So that why should vanish. As long as you have a question, it means you have a doubt. In modern day, we call it as a karma yoga in ashrams, which is a very loosely translated word. You work in such a way that you start seeing every work assigned is the work to the divine. You are not seen as if you are doing a menial task. And every task, we start trying to excel. So no task is differentiated. So one day we will work in the kitchen for cutting vegetable. Another day we will be sent to clean the toilet. We need to do housekeeping. All this work happens even today. When I was at Bihar School of Yoga, when I studied in the year 2009, one day we will get the task of sweeping the floor. Next day we'll be cutting vegetables. Then the entire block's toilet we will go and clean. What is the rationale behind such a lifestyle when you approach a guru? Today we want to listen to the satsang on YouTube and go back to our routine. Accumulating knowledge is not jnana. Accumulating knowledge will only create guilt if you don't apply it. Today, a chat GPT acquires so much jnana about the way we write. It can write in our absence also, but it can never realize who it is. Please understand the difference. So, what is stopping us is the removal of dirt. We see a lot of little ego coming in and say, hey, I am doing this in the society. What will people think of me? So, we are in the third grade of what people will think of me. In Gita also it is mentioned, right? Then we have to move to the second stage of what is in my plate I am going to do. That is my dharma, I will do that. So we need to graduate. That is what Arjuna also did. He said, what others will think of me, what they will think of me. First, what you will think of yourself. If you are not able to do your dharma, will you be able to sleep well? So when you go to the ashrama life, you can make that life in your home. That is, if at all there is a message today, that is the message. Help the people who are helping to run the household. Start doing that work by attending satsangs or reading great scriptures. Being a student of a great teacher means nothing if we can't put that into practice in the place where we are. At least take the cloth and dry it from the washing machine. When the wet vessels are there, dry them, put them in the shelf. When the grocery has come, cut and put it in the boxes. Start to know what is to be done in the place where you are, which is a known space. Then you will know how to deal with the unknown space which is within. These are all not esoteric. Doing the simple things on starting from today, you can see a big difference. Once you start getting engaged, no task is less or greater than the other. This is the greatest thing we learn living and working with the guru in the ashrams. That is the reason it is very difficult. My teacher will say, living with the guru is living near the fire. You can't go close, you will be burnt. If you go too far, no knowledge will happen because knowledge is fire. Fire is knowledge. You have to maintain the optimum distance. At the same time, you should know what is to be done, what is in your plate. There is no privilege in an ashram life. What if we replicate that life in our home? Why we should wait? Because all of us today don't want to do rituals. We want to realize the God within, the Guru within. You sitting in your home because we don't want to visit the temples. We don't want to do anything. Then you have to do what in your home only, right? So if everything starts at home. So this is one thing you can start seeing. What is that little things at my ambit in my area where I can create ripple, where I can do to clear things, make things lighter. So I can also feel that light within. This is one thing you can do. Second is whether it is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we are not stopping our breakfast, lunch, dinner. But why are we stopping our spiritual practice? Because it's a Sunday. Do the same pranayama, at least one pranayama. This I have been telling in all the satsangs. Choose one pranayama, go deep in it. Enough. Don't need to learn 20 things and not doing anything. It's better you learn one thing and go deep in it. Then do one mantra sadhana. One mantra, take it and do the japa of it. Only these two things will start cleaning. Why? The pranayama will do the cleaning in the nadi level. Your ability to start doing the work in the physical activity will do the purification in the manas. And the thought process, why I should do, should be reversed, why I should not do this. Who will do this? I will do this. So this is the way you start cleansing things. You don't wait for something to cleanse. Then you start using pranayama to clear the subtle energy channels. And then do the mantra sadhana to clear the impurities in the mind. So this is the systematic way, maybe from this Guru Poornima onwards. So we decided to have this session today instead of tomorrow. Tomorrow it would be like a vote of thanks session. Today at the starting itself, we kept it because, and it's fortunately a weekend. One small thing, at least dusting of a sofa or television, some basic stuff you can start. See how we can make somebody's life lighter. Then our lives will become lighter in every, I'm seeing in both ways the meaning. Then clear your space externally so that your internal space gets cleared. When internal space gets cleared, our ability to connect with the inner guru will be much greater. Okay, so this is very, very important. And starting from today till the Kartika Masa, the 4 months, we are supposed to travel very consciously. This is very important. So what happened in those days? This was announced as Chaturmasya, the 4 months. The people were asked not to travel a lot. So the village in south of India, all the village temples will have celebrations for the Divine Mother in this month and next month. And they will tie like this on your wrist. It means you are supposed to be in the vicinity, local vicinity, because communicable diseases may happen during these 4 months, and the flora and fauna need that freedom to propagate and grow well. So right from the worms to the spiders to butterflies, they all thrive on the prana of the rainy season, right? The great trees take it and store it in the ground. So these 4 months, we were advised to travel only if there is a need, and then we stay in a place. So when you stay in a place, what used to happen? It's a great time to go deep in a chosen text, or you can study anything which is going to help you in your inner and external life. So these 4 months, you can do that. You can renew your sadhana, which might have got lost in the flurry of activities and the vagaries of mind the last 6 months. You can re-establish it. And though, if at all you need to have a visit, try to see if you are connected with the living tradition, can you visit them in these 4 months at least once and pay your respects there. If you happen to go there, do not go like a tourist. At least stay a night in that place and see what you can do there. This is the travel which is allowed, which is mandatorily if you want to visit that place. So what used to happen is the great ones used to stay in a particular village or a town, and people would go to them after their daily work is done and studied everything. Why this culture has to come back is India has survived as a civilization because of these 4 months what we have now. If we lose this to multiplexes and modern day, so-called modern day luxuries, eventually third or fourth generation afterwards, again, we have to import this knowledge from the West. There's nothing wrong in importing the knowledge. But when you already have, we need to make special efforts to retain this knowledge by being a practitioner of it. So in every home, even if one person starts this practice, we are there to transfer this benefits to the next generation. Does that make any sense? Okay. Any observations? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any observations any of you have? Any of you have any? Yeah, Bhavana.
So I think the point you were telling about, start doing small things at home. So I'm able to see this change in myself. Like, I was like that, but I think I was carried away in between. And now I'm really feeling better, like, doing it for home, like other people, family. So I am just coming back into my journey. Like, I mean, I can sense that joy and satisfaction and when
Yeah.
we do that, right? So I was able to connect when you said that.
Yeah, true. The reason is, let us remember, India, the second reason for India to survive is our Rishi and Rishi Patni, that family culture, householder culture. The Sapta Rishis were married. Only a rare one like a Shankara to Ramana stayed unmarried. It's a very extraordinary thing. Okay, so we take pride in the family culture. It may not be the perfect system available, but till you discover a new system, let us follow it. Every system has its plus and minus, because the fulcrum and the central focal point of the reason of our survival is the family system. And remember, all the great rishis to whom we owe the knowledge, they all lived as householders only, where the children went and studied. When Krishna was a child, along with his friends, Balarama, his brother, and Kushela, all of them studied with Sandipani Maharshi in Ujjain. Rama studied not only with Vashishta, but he also studied a lot of things from Vishwamitra. It is very important for us to maintain this household thing. Okay, the knowledge is there when you struggle. Knowledge is never you will get when you escape the duties. And the duty, another name is dharma. And the toughest and the highest dharma is grihastha dharma. Let us renew our vows and stay close to this dharma, because each of us here came because you have felt that connect with the culture and tradition. So what is the best we can do, we will do. Then there is a meaning to the word Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. World is one family. Correct? So please remember that. Anybody having any of your experiences during this Chaturmasya or with your teachers, you can please share.
Sir, in our tradition, there is something called as Chaturmasya Sankalpa. So, Chaturmasya Sankalpa is where our acharyas don't go, right? As you rightly said, they don't move out of a place for 3 months or 4 months. And then it is so good, right? Like, okay, to go and visit them and get their blessings during their Chaturmasya Sankalpa. So, just wanted to bring that out, sir.
So 4 months, and in many traditions, we do 15 days, that 2 months, that is also done. But basically, this 4 months is also in sync with nature's need of us staying in-house. So this is very important. Any of you have any experiences to share? Because I can see elders also here today. Okay, even youngsters can share. Okay. So I would like to give you one small hint and an exercise which you could practice. This exercise is nothing but just being aware of your breath. I'm not going to go beyond this, but mere practice of breath awareness will reveal and take us closer to our inner and the outer guru. Because breath awareness is embedded with a mantra, which we may or may not know. And that is why it is one of the toughest practices. And in the Vipassana system, it is given a lot of importance. It is said in the tradition that when the primordial sound Om, after that, this mantra of the breath is there. And because of the mantra of the breath, we had the alphabets in the Samskrita language. The masculine and the feminine side, when the being starts to breathe like us, so the left and the right side, the breathing happens. So the masters have popularized it as a Soham mantra or Hamsa Soham mantra. So, but right now we are having the session online. Okay. What is the easiest way to do that is, some of us may mispronounce it. So don't worry about all that stuff. Set your clock to 3 to 6 minutes, depending on your ability to allocate time. So we'll practice that right now. For minimum 3 minutes, we will have to do the breath awareness. Is it okay? So let's do the practice. Give me 6 minutes of your time. So once you are ready, you can Sit with your back erect and relaxed shoulders. You can adopt a mudra of your choice. And let's have a gentle smile on our face throughout the practice. Now just invoke your mother and father. Seek their blessings. Invoke your family deity. Invoke the deity of the location where your home is there. We may or may not know her name, but just mentally thank her and pray to her. Now invoke the blessings of your Ishta Devata. If you are connected with the Guru tradition, you can invoke them. Else, Sadashiva is anyway there as our Guru. Now, with a gentle smile on your face and with the strength of your invocation, just be aware how breath enters and exits the body through the nostrils. Let us not try to inhale and exhale forcefully. With a smiling face, let us just observe the breath entering and exiting the body through the nostrils. Sometimes the mind may get distracted. It is okay. With a smile on your face, just get your awareness back to the breath. Now thank Mother Earth and Cosmos for enabling this session. If you want, you can do palming. With a few blinks, look into your palms, familiarize your eyes. So apart from this process and some of the inputs, what we could consciously do is remember our entire culture thrives on protecting two things: voluntarily, consciously, willingly. Why I'm saying voluntarily, consciously, and willingly? Today, when you give many of us give because there is an income tax exemption. Otherwise, we rarely give. So now we need to give voluntarily, consciously, and willingly to two places. What is the first place? A place where they are protecting cows. Go Samrakshana is very, very important for the survival of the culture. Because our tradition tells not only she has the Surya Ketu Nadi in her hump through which we get the A2 milk, she is a repository of all the devas and devatas which we can know. And the scriptures tell she is a Nitya Agnihotri, meaning when she is in a place, Agnihotra benefit is accrued. Agnihotra is a special ritual which is mentioned in our scriptures. So it is very important for us to protect her. We may or may not have access to that. Figure out and help even a farmer whom you know to maintain the cow. Second is Brahmana. It could be a rishi or a place of knowledge. There are a lot of places there today where we can even send a small token to a Veda Patashala. Because Veda Patashala, according to me, today is a thankless job. But still they are preserving the culture. And the entire thing now it's getting, the revival is happening because some people didn't give in to the modern day pulls and pushes and they remained pure to the tradition. So if you could take a decision to help these two institutions, wherever you find, today you can easily find, you can do your background verification. One place is Go Samrakshana, please do something. Another place is Veda Samrakshana. These two things we have to do because that is connected to Guru Poornima also. Because there is no ashram where Go and Veda related things are not taught even today. And if possible, practice this breath awareness in the morning. It takes 3-4 minutes. And whenever you want to take an important decision and you don't know any technique, any tip, don't worry. Have a fresh glass of water and stay quiet. If you think your talk, your decision is going to make a difference, it can wait for 3 minutes. Unless it's an emergency decision that you have to call an ambulance. Very rarely we have such emergency decisions in life. This could, on a lighter note, I'm telling you, this would also help you to save your bills you spent on Amazon. Before a purchase, pause for 3 minutes. We are very happy to make someone rich and to earn it back is very difficult. So this is applications of breath awareness in the practical plane, day-to-day plane, Vyavahara plane. But in the inside world, inner world, this breath awareness, when you consciously keep practicing, it deepens your connect with yourself. It helps you to respond to situations. And remember, whatever you do to protect dharma, it will protect you manifold. Is it okay? So that's all from my side. If any of you have a takeaway or something, you can share. And then in the next 5 minutes, we can close the session.
Sir, I'll go. Thank you
Yeah.
very much for awesome awareness. especially right, Go Samprakshana and Veda Samprakshana, right? I think these are two key things. That's a great takeaway for me, right? One of the things, right, I connected with you was I know that, right, you also do Go Samprakshana. So that's one connect, right, that I had with you. So I will talk to you right separately on that, sir. But thank you very much for bringing these two very important aspects of what we should do in this current age, time and age.
Thank you. Umaji has unmuted.
Yeah, Sarji, thank you
Namaskar.
so much. Namaskaram, and thank
Namaskar.
you. I think my takeaway has been the Chaturmasa and the idea of allowing the ecosystem to thrive and survive and not being selfish to be able to tread on it. That's my biggest takeaway.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Elders like Shrikant ji, they are there. Please.
Yeah, no, thank you, Krishnaji. I think you brought back a lot of thoughts and the awareness that you brought in today. I think we are in our own day-to-day activities and things that we do. It's important that we remind ourselves of the ashrama and what we are doing and how we're doing our dharma, right? So I think it is a very nice, comprehensive capsule that you're able to bring in more awareness, just for myself, I should say, to refresh myself and getting back to the practices, not to miss any, it's important that we do it. So thank you very much.
We see presence of elders like you as a great blessing for Srimat and all of our family. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you. Raghu?
Yeah, I think the key takeaway is doing the simple things at home. We always try to aim a lot of big things. I want to do dharma, I want to do all those things, social service, all those kind of things. But starting from home is a great thing you mentioned. If we master that activity first, I think that will be a good starting point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for that wonderful insight.
Because for Arjuna also, Bhagavan said, when he said, take me to Rishikesh, he said, mind is going to come with you because your Kshetra is battle. You have to fight it out here. So we look out for peace of mind in temples, pilgrimages, ashrams, but it has to start from where we are. That's a good observation. Thank you. Sorry, I interrupted. Someone started to talk. I interrupted. Please go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah, Rashi.
Yes, sir. Sir, I also resonate with that you should start with your home. Like after 2-3 days, I cleaned my table today, and today I felt more clutter free in my mind. Also in laptop, also when we have so many tabs when we are doing something, it feels like we have a lot of work. But when we cross every other tab and just focus on one thing, then it's easy. So
Good. Hema?
Yeah, thank you for this, selfless service actually from your end. And it looks very simple, but this gives lots of value in our lives. It's like we often, generally we have satsang, so where we discuss these kind of things, so that you put in your, right place, everyone as a family and as an individual. Nowadays, that's slowly, missing. So these sessions, which, like these special days, which you, conduct, it, every time reminds us, and it's very helpful for us to, put us in a right path. Yeah. Thank you.
You started all these things when you were here in 2011. So thanks to you also.
I feel to go off what Hema said. Thank you so much for making you so available to us and for teaching us ongoingly throughout years. Thank you so much for keeping us in contact and in closeness. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. So I didn't call out anybody's name. It doesn't mean you should not talk. Okay. At home, how much they struggle to keep us silent. We keep talking, right? Now I'm telling talk, nobody's talking. Pushpaji, you want to share something?
I guess it has been mentioned before, the small things that to take care of the house, that frees your mind. That's the main thing. That's a big takeaway for me too. Yeah, little things I keep postponing and it bothers me so much, but I just don't do it. But when I really do it, I know how light I feel inside, that clutter. Yeah.
Thank you. Bhavana?
Thank you, sir. As I always say, I think these reminders are always needed again and again to fall back on track. So thank you. And I was able to connect with Rashi when she said I was cleaning my desk and all. I think every time, even I make up my mind, like every time I do that, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like mind, even the surroundings, everything, we have to keep it neat and clean will always add positivity. So this Chaturmasya thing is something new that I heard, like, less of travel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't aware, but yeah, as you said, probably if we are traveling anywhere, we can also keep in mind, like, any powerful place or something, if we can go there and do service. Anyways, we are traveling, like, so one day extra, do the service and feel satisfied, or, that way maybe is a good idea, I felt.
True. So the reason why we at Srimad consciously chose to highlight why a festival, why it is celebrated is, in fact, it is very easy to pick up a text and give a sermon and walk off, that is easy, always possible. But after that, we need to do the day-to-day work, right? So we always start with why we have to do this and what is the significance of that festivity or that occasion. How can we connect it with the day-to-day life? That has been our endeavor. Narayan?
I think two things you have talked about it before also. Even in the outside world, right? We are so used to, I have to learn this, I have to learn that, I have to do this. Okay. Sometimes you end up spending so much time on like just learning, and you don't even know when you're going to use it, or you don't even share sometimes with others. Even if it is not useful to you, the fact that you have learned, are you at least sharing with someone else who may be able to use it? So that is one. And the second thing is, which is also applicable not only at home, I find it even in office also. Once you're engaged, nothing is a menial task, because we know that sometimes as we keep growing in our career, right, we still keep thinking that, oh, how can somebody expect me to do this? Okay, this is something which, like now I'm too big enough to do this. But sometimes I've seen it. Once you're engaged, okay, you own something, so nothing is menial. Okay, thank you.
Jack?
I would say everything resonated, starting with Dharma in mind. Starting where I am and noticing part of what systems I am, and just feeling the gratefulness, appreciation of that, and doing what is my Dharma there.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for this opportunity to be here as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Gururaj Rao, you have typed it, but still, if you are in a place where you can talk, we'd like to hear your voice.
Okay, basically, I came to this meeting just to say thanks to you, because this is Guru Poornima and you are our Guru and you've given us wisdom and knowledge all this time. So it's quite late out here, sir. I'm extremely sleepy. So I came here just to say thanks. And this is the only opportunity I had. So I'm very grateful to you. Thank you. And keep us continuously with your knowledge and wisdom. Just give them to us and we'll take it as much as possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, not a pinch of salt, because I clearly know I am not a guru or a master. Just that all of your love and your attention to all these notifications in a quick notice. I'm just sharing what the tradition has said. Grateful, whatever is the glory, it's Vibhuti. Bhagavan says it is his manifestation. We are just sharing whatever it is. April, you are the last one in the video.
So everybody has mentioned what I was feeling too, and I could resonate with everything mentioned. One thing that I would like to bring out is, of course, every time we listen to you, there's just so much and so many insights and reflections. Today also, I was trying to listen to it from a perspective of how it resonates with me. The little things, what do I do in this situation? So it's always very helpful. I think what I value the most is the community that you've created for us. It's a very safe space. I love every time that I come into a meeting, when I see other people, it's a lot of the energy that we share is very beautiful. So thank you so much for creating a community like this where everybody is ready to learn and serve and have a similar mindset. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. With this, we will conclude. It's 8:01, 59 minutes of the meeting. Thank you so much. All of you, please take care. Namaste.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, sir.